Alright guys, you would have seen in the last vid that we recently spent 6 days at the Notch Point camping ground. Before heading off to Notch Point, we'd done a bit of research because we had heard that the track can be covered in water. It's also tied in spaces and overhanging trees and all that sort of stuff. It can be a bit of a challenge with a larger van. So we couldn't really find much information while we were trying to make it as easy as we could on ourselves. So we ended up stopping a lot and walking ahead of through around corners and checking out obstacles and clearances before driving a lot of the blind corners. So yeah, like I said, we spent 6 days there, and I was actually amazed that the amount of people that would walk over to us and say, how did you get your van over to here, over to the surf side or the ocean side of Notch Point? Also know some people that we met along the way that they ended up on top of the hill, as it's known, and that's definitely a no-go zone for the caravans. They ended up doing like a 4 or 5 point turn with the back of their van hanging over the edge of the hill to make the turn to do the U-turn and go back out and find their way around to the surf side. So I just got to thinking, maybe, you know, we should put together a quick vid. I hope it helps. I hope it makes things a little bit clearer. If you've got any questions or you want anything clarified, hit us up in the comments below and we'll get straight back to you and try to help you out. Cheers. So we're at the start of the intersections, as you might call them, or the junctions. This is the first one you come to. Pretty much doesn't matter which one of these you take. They both lead back into each other. The one on the right hand side's got more clearance if you've got a taller van. Again, doesn't matter. They both meet up. The track on the left's a touch rougher. I'll give you a look. Pardon the windscreen, it's a bit grubby. So yeah, that side will meet up again with this side when you go around the back. So I would definitely go to the right with any van. Just smoother. It's a wider turn, and then this will lead you up to the main intersection that you need to, if you want to camp on the surf side. You need to go on the left hand side, and even if your van's just a semi off-roader, you need to go left just due to clearances. And yeah, I'll show you. We'll go a bit further along the track, and I'll show you the intersection that everyone talks about where they say to stay left at the hill. Okay, so I've taken the left hand track from that intersection we just talked about. You can see here there's some camping done right near the ramp. That's the boat ramp there, and you bend around, as you can see, it's nice and open. There's no real obstacles to worry about. When you get here, you nearly wouldn't know you're at another intersection, but if I park here, that track there is the other track that I was saying before. That was the option if you had have gone straight ahead at the intersection rather than turning right. And then you come up to this track right here, which we'll just follow straight ahead. If you turn right, this is what they call the hill. So if you turn right, that's where it starts to get a little bit more hairy. No dramas if you're a car on your own, but with your van, you definitely don't want to turn right up there. Or if you happen to take that rougher track before, instead of turning right where I said at that last intersection, it would actually be straight ahead for you. You would cross over this track and go up there. No go zone for a semi off-roader. So yeah, follow this one straight ahead. Don't turn right up the hill and you'll be good as gold. And we come to another intersection. We're going to continue to go straight ahead again. I'll give you a look at the intersection so you've got a reference for when you're here. So again, we're going to follow straight down that track there. If you go up this track, if you were to turn right, that's going to take you to the top of the hill. So it's some really good views. You can see both sides of Notch Point, but again, it's not caravan. Once you get up there, you'd have to do a U-turn and probably come back. There's some pretty rutted out there. So we're at the last, what we'll call an obstacle here. It's really easy going. I'm actually going to put the camera out the window and give you a look at what I'm talking about, because from the dash you just can't grass, but doesn't really show up as good. So this is just a little bit of off camber. There's a few little ruts, a few potholes, a couple exposed rocks, but they're all fairly smooth. But it's just something you just don't want to rush. You're at your last probably 200-300 meters. Take as long as you need and you will get through from fine. We've got exposed external battery boxes on ours. That was my main concern when we came through, but we just took our time. Shana even jumped out and watched the battery boxes on a couple of the rocks. It was probably me being over paranoid, but I'd rather take our time, be safe, and not cost ourselves any money or headaches. So I'll put the camera out the window now, show you a few of the rocks and ruts that I'm talking about, and then you'll be done. All you've got left to do is choose a campsite. Let's have a look. So I don't know if you can tell right now, but we are probably at the point, we're halfway through that little rocky section, little rutted out section that I was just talking about. This is where the car gets on probably its most amount of camber. It's minor, but the van definitely feels if you've got a bigger van. So like I say, just even if you want to lower your tyre pressures just a little bit, just to give yourself that comfort level that you've got that little bit more of a footprint and you can crawl over these rocks. We came in at road pressures. Probably, yeah, I think it was fine without that. Probably risking a flat, if anything, but yeah, I don't think you have to air down to get in here. Not at all, actually. So there you go, that's it. That's how we got our 22-foot semi-off-road dirt rotor, JB dirt rotor, into Notch Point. So if you've got any questions, feel free to ask, leave them in the comments down below, or send us a DM, whichever you prefer, and we'll get back to you and yeah, try and help you out. Cheers.